of addiction. A habit is the redundant set of automatic and conscious thoughts, behaviors, and emotions that develop through repetition. It is when you have done something so many times that your body is programmed to become the mind. Over time, your body is tracking you to a predictable future based on what you have been doing in the past. Any addictive habit revolves around these four stages: urges, stimulants, pressures, emptiness. And this always there is no change of energy. Energy is the same. There is a constant energy in this cycle. How to come out from the cycle of addiction? We need to change the energy which we have been investing daily. Let us pay attention for the energy use. Bond breaking energy is equal to bond formation. Any addictive habit starts with a powerless influence, but by doing over and over again, it reaches a point where the body now knows how to do better than the mind, which acquired through repetition. It is under this stage a person loses free will. It is no longer him who decides, but the automatic program that he has installed. Software has become hardware. He does not act according to the mind, but according to the program which has been installed within the brain of a person. 5 stages of coming out from addiction. Affirmation: understand your environment. Change of energy. Emotional energy of the future must be greater than the emotion of the past. Subjecting oneself to the contemplation. Accepting the discomforts. Affirmation. It is the first stage of getting out from an addiction, where a person understands that it is not him who acts, but the wrong program or software that has been installed, either automatically from the environment or due to his own wrong choices he made. A person consciously looks at his unconscious thoughts. Understand your environment. Environment includes people, place, time, objects surrounding us. Each one of these has influenced our thought. In the brain, there are experienced emotions of people we know, foods, places, objects, and so on. Once anything among these things comes across, automatically we fire the same neurons concerning that thing called memory. If it is a new thing, the brain makes new synaptic connection. The moment a person perceives a danger or any threat from outside or by imagination, the impulse is sent to the prefrontal lobe, which acts as the feed of important information in the brain. Information goes to the thalamus, then activates adrenal cortex to supply cortisol hormone, which acts as the primary stress hormone, then fires the limbic system, which deals with the emotion. And by the influence of adrenal gland, a person is necessitated either to flight, fight, or to freeze. So, any addiction is a matter of conditioning through repetition. Involves the presence of stimulus from external environment or by manipulating our urges that influence the release of corresponding chemicals which influence the action. When we encounter some places, objects, imagination, or people whom we have emotional experience, we activate different systems in the body. Change of energy. The moment we started a certain habit is the moment we started to channel the energy to that habit. We made a new synaptic connection in the brain and we started to invest energy for. Coming out from addiction does not require the compensation of the same time taken in forming that habit, but it is the same energy that should be taken out from the bond. Shifting energy. Principle of energy. Energy can neither be created nor destroyed, but can be transformed. We should create the imagined future that we wish to be, and we must embrace that future as it has already occurred to us right now. Most of the time, let us think about that future we wish to become. Persistence is required. Then the thought will start to influence the body to prepare for that state here and now. Then the energy slowly shifts from the past to the future, and the emotion of the future becomes greater. Putting oneself to contemplation. Contemplation is an inner calmness through which a person willingly enters. It is where a man subjects himself totally to the divine will. Here, a person filtrates some important less activation, closing eyes, lowering thought waves, concerning with consciousness in order to enter the subconscious. The firings in neocortex slow down. Closing eyes during contemplation. It is a normal function of the eyes to see. Eye gives the body information about what is happening outside there through vision. But in contemplation, the eyes should be closed in order to restrict the entrance of information from outside, which may activate the prefrontal to its activity and raises thought waves in the brain that distract contemplation. When the eyes are opening during contemplation, continues with its work of collecting information, even of the minor details from one's environment. Hence, no active contemplation. We need to move from old self to new self. Old self containing addiction, and we must pass through the level of change where there is discomforts and sometimes uncomfortable. But at the end of new self, it is a free person. And passing in the level of change, there is some sort of pain. We have stayed in our comfort zones for a long time. To get out, then body gives the signal to a person who undergoes changes that, oh, you are going out of the territory. I don't feel good. It doesn't work. Come back home to feel right. If victim responds positive to these voices, then he will never undergo any changes to his behavior. If someone ignores these voices, then slowly his destiny clearly seen. The hope, the new home. After some time, software becomes our hardware and we start living the life of happiness. From personal experience, regular contemplation helps to break the bonds of different unnecessary habitual connections within the brain by liberating the energy that has been used to make and strengthen the neural bonds of our addiction. And it works mysteriously. It seems something normal for human beings to wait for crisis or trauma for them to take precautions and measures. When everything is well, it's possible for someone to disagree with someone's opinions. When a person faces problems, and if he has nothing to go about with it, he finds doctor for help. So, experiencing the divine within ourselves through contemplation is our home.